It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of MVN. I'm here with the professor and Eagle. Today we're going to talk about, we just finished watching Scary Movie 6 trailer, so we're going to give our thoughts. Start off with the professor.
Okay, so for me, I've never been a scary movie fan, but this looks genuinely funny. I never thought I would miss seeing Ferris and Regina Hall together, but
Right?
yeah, it looks like it's well due. I appreciate the references to movies like Sinners, and I think I saw a little Midnight Mass in there too. And then there's another reference to the movie with the killer girl robot that I haven't seen. I think it's called, I forgot what it's called, but it looks good. I'm looking forward to it.
How about the little girl in the beginning?
Yeah.
Megan.
Yes, Megan. Thank you.
Yeah. Eagle, what do you think?
Looked good, to be honest, on a mash to the great films of scary movie. I'll be completely honest. Like back then, that was the most fun movie that I've ever seen. Like it's not comedy per se. It's like more than
It's
comedy.
a parody.
There we go. Okay,
Yeah.
but you said it better. And I think no movie did it like Scary Movie in that sense when they were doing parodies, right? Like all other movies try to do it, nothing like Scary Movie. I'm just happy that almost every single character came back, right? Like in some way, some shape or form, right?
You saw the
Almost
guy
all.
with the hand, right? You saw the guy with the hand. I love him, right? He's the
Yeah.
one who says, "Give him, let's give him a, what's it called?" He had the issue in part 2 with the wheelchair guy, and they had beef in part 2 because they told each other, "Why don't you stand up and let's give him a standing ovation or something like that?" And they went back and forth.
Yeah, the dialogue is funny. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Give him a hand.
Correct. So yeah, listen. When is this movie coming out? Like summer?
I think it looks like it's gonna be like one of these summer. We could double check that. My thing is this. Here's my thing. So the Wayans Brothers have not been associated with scary movies since part 2.
Really?
So after 3, 4, 5, whatever, I think 6. So let's just say 2 to 6, 3 to 6, whatever, 3 to 5. So they haven't been associated in a while. They're coming back, and I feel like parody as a genre as a whole died out. Like it was amazing back in the day, right? Because back in the day, you saw Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks had Spaceballs. Mel Brooks had Robin Hood Men in Tights, Young Frankenstein. And then you saw, I remember Val Kilmer did a movie back in the 80s making fun of James Bond. Charlie Sheen, remember he made, my God, that movie.
Tropic Thunder? No,
but he did his own version. I forgot what it is. Hot Shots. He did Hot Shots. Liam Neeson was the king of parody, right? With the Naked Gun and all these movies.
Hmm?
So parody died out. And I just think that it's great that it's coming back. These guys are coming back. Listen, I'm not into horror. I'm the biggest scaredy cat when it comes to horror. But I can tell you that I love part 2 so much. It's in the beginning with the Exorcist and all that stuff. The basketball scene, right? Or like with the old Nike commercials. This needs the Wayans Brothers. The Wayans Brothers, for me, are hit or miss.
Yep.
But the thing about the Wayans Brothers that we could all probably objectively agree, irrespective of their movies being hit or miss, they have such a great legacy. Like starting with Kevin Iron Wayans, the older brother, Sean, Damien, Marlon, the sisters, In Living Color. That's where Jim Carrey blew up in the 90s. J-Lo was a dancer. Their movies in the 90s, their TV shows, the Wayans Brothers. They have such a great legacy. Like individually, they're mark in Hollywood. So you got to give credit to the Wayans Brothers. Again, for me, not everything they do is great. But in today's world and what we've seen in comedy, and comedy's also died out the last 10, 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
White
chicks.
White Chicks was a big hit back in the day. This feels like it's gonna be a fun, cool movie to go watch. and it feels like they're bringing some of the elements and spirit of the original. Also, the first two with the Wayans brothers were associated type of comedy, and I think we need that today. There was a lot of jokes in there that are hilarious, right? Like when he says, "Hello, Tuesday," right? That's the shot at Wednesday from the family from the Adams family.
Mm-hmm.
Like I saw at least like 7 different references of horror movies, right? You saw Scream, Halloween, Megan, the one that the professor said. You saw Sinners,
Jigsaw, I think.
Yep.
Also,
Fire's another one.
yeah, like there was the Terrifier, right? The clown. That was a good 6, 7 reference that I could recall as not even being a horror fan. But yeah, this feels like again the Wayans brothers are back. They're gonna do comedy. That's what they do. That's in their blood. And it just feels like you need this film nowadays. Again, what's the last great comedy film that we could recall that we saw?
That's
modern, by the way, modern, not even old school. I'm not even saying like going back 20 years. I'm saying like the last 10 years.
Quantumania.
Yeah. Like genre of comedy needs a film like this, and I think it's great that the Wayans brothers come back and do that. It's hilarious. The whole pronouns thing is hilarious. The whole Republican thing is hilarious. Like it's so many of those shots that it's hilarious. And this was just a trailer, so you mentioned the whole film, like the amount of and the Wayans brothers. Think about it, since they didn't do the last one came out. The what I consider the Wayans brothers before 3 came out with Charlie Sheen was the early 2000s. So they have 20 years of like, oh, cool. All these horror movies came out, and we're gonna do social commentary and all this stuff. They're gonna go ham on a lot of people.
Yeah.
In this
movie. I agree. And to your point, the kid, I think that comedy movies, they just pure comedy movies, just died. I think by what 2005 2010, right? Like they just died little by little. You had the occasional Adam Sandler movie. And I don't know. I think that was it, right? Like if you remember the 90s and the 2000s, I don't know. It seemed like you had a lot of comedy movies like coming up almost every single,
I agree.
Every single summer. The thing is that the thing that I think is that, for example, we talked about this, like Marvel and some of the DC movies, they've incorporated a lot of comedy, right? Like one-liners and whatnot, and it seems like the romantic movies, right? Like when you have a chick flick, it's always romantic comedy. It feels like they went away from being pure comedy movies to just basically, we're gonna do drama with a little bit of a comedy side, a few jokes here and there. The same thing with the romantic movie. So it's actually nice to see this type of, again, it's a parody, but it's good to see it back.
Yep.
Yeah, and what did you say that was pretty prevalent right now? You said early 2010s, right? That's when it kind of started dying out. Because even the 2000s, right? From 2000 to 2010s, one of my favorite movies, Anchorman, super bad. That 40-year-old virgin Knocked Up was that specific type of humor that people liked back then, which wasn't bad. But there was still enough comedy movies from 2000 and 2010 where you're like, yeah, it's still here. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But then the next decade, that's when you're like, okay, this is dry.
Yep.
And it doesn't help to obviously we can go into detail about why, streaming and all that stuff. But this feels like it's a cool going into the theaters, have a, and when you go to the theaters, go watch a comedy, it's infectious when you hear some people just over exaggerate their laughs, and it's a good feeling to go in there for a comedy. I remember the last time I did that was probably Superbad, where every joke felt like it was a home run because the audience was so engaged into the damn movie, and I love that movie. And I rewatch it by myself. I'm like, yeah, it's still good. But but there's nothing like going to the theaters and watching. And I think these guys are gonna hit it another home run. They're back, like he said in the beginning. We're back, and I have a lot of confidence in this film, not only box office wise, but don't be surprised if this movie does enough money where the studio says, "All right, Wayans, you did it. You're not in a bottle once again. Come back for part 7." Listen, if Scream could do it, right? If Scream, what is it? 7 just came out like 2 weeks ago or last week. If Scream could do it, and it's gotten progressively worse. And Scream Part 7 that just came out last weekend was the highest rated box office weekend for a Scream film.
That's wild.
Scary movie, could be in that category. But yeah, we all liked it. It's all positive, I guess, across the board. Any final thoughts of the trailer?
I have the producer in the back, and he said that TK said that most comedies go straight to streaming, not theaters, since the 2010s. I would assume, and he's right? Like movies specifically, the Adam Sandler's, right? Like Adam Sandler signed a deal with Netflix, and all his movies are basically right.
But that's a great point by TK. Shout out to him, being overseas. But the thing is that you also got to think about where the comedians at the last 5-10 years, right? Like the stand-ups. Kevin Hart's doing his thing. He's doing that niche comedy stuff that he likes, that people seem to like. But where are they? Like, where are the comedians from back in the day who used to be? Unfortunately, in the 90s, it was the SNL boys. They got out of SNL. Mike Myers, Sandler, and all these dudes, and they blew up. SNL is not even the same as it used to be. So when SNL is not the same, and then you only have maybe 5 or 6 great comics, stand-up pure comics, like Chris Rock is still doing his thing out there. I see some recent stuff. Dave Chappelle's the modern GOAT. Louis C.K., all these boys. It's not only just the movies, guys. It's also the comedians, man. Like they're not, they're not popping like they used to, and that could be for a variety of reasons. But maybe there's no much. I remember back in Miami, right? The Coconut Grove Comedy Club closed down maybe 10 years ago or something like that, and I used to go there regularly. So it's one of these things. Maybe comedy clubs have also went down. So it's a lot of factors to consider. But I just it feels great to see a pure comedy, like you said, Eagle. The same thing with romantic comedies, right? Like the one that came out 2 years ago with Sydney Sweeney that blew up. That felt like a Netflix movie with Glenn Powell. Remember, Glenn Powell and her had this movie called Anybody But You or Anybody But You, or something like that, where they had to fake a relationship. That felt and it went to the theaters and it made money. But
romantic comedy.
That felt like, man, it could have been a Netflix film. It could have been a Netflix film. Because it felt like, we've seen this, but because they were so energetic, the chemistry was great, the story was cool. You could have done that on Netflix, and it was pretty cool to see a romantic comedy make money like the old days. Like you watch Netflix now, you're like, man, there's so much good stuff there. But the problem with Netflix, I always tell everybody, is that I'm so busy scrolling, wasting an hour, that I'm like, oh man, just put Seinfeld on. I can't do it. I can't, because you're scrolling more than you're watching. And so I feel like here it's remnant of the old days. We're gonna go watch a comedy. We know it's a comedy. Hopefully people are not offended by what the Wayans, because you have to understand that generations past as the Wayans did this 20 years ago.
But it's like you said, they're going after everybody. They don't.
It's gonna be it's gonna be. They have a list of dudes, and they're gonna go at them. And
nobody's safe.
Yeah, like the first joke of the trailer. What was it? It was, I'm not a she, I'm this, whatever. The pronoun thing.
Pronouns,
People are gonna get offended by this because we live in a world where people get offended by anything.
The thing is, I don't think so. I think
somebody's gonna get offended by this.
I think what happened, like you notice that whenever you're talking about a certain group, usually someone who's not from that group is the one who's quote unquote offended. You know what I mean? Like, are people actually offended, or do they just want attention?
That's a great point, because did you ever see that skit on YouTube where this girl is in a food truck in California, and she's like, I think there was like a white guy serving her, whatever, and she's like, "Oh my God, you're serving Mexican food? How dare you?" And then everything kept going against her to the point where it wasn't even a Mexican guy doing
exactly.
it. And she's like, and then there was the Mexican guy next to her, and she's like, "Are you offended by this?" She's like, "Not really. The food's great."
No, people in these communities, they get it. People understand comedy when it's funny. What happens is that some stuff just isn't funny.
Yeah.
And the Wayans Brothers, funny.
Yeah. They're gonna test it. Yeah.
I agree. Again, we just got a little dose, a little 5% of what's coming when this movie gets released. And I'm expecting critical reviews are gonna be amazing. I'm expecting the box office to be amazing. And I'm expecting people to be like, damn, where were you the last 20 years?
Yep.
The issue is that we knew where you were. It's just they didn't make the movie. So, yeah. Again, looking forward to it. This is it should be a cool film to go watch. It'll be a good time. I hope the Wayans Brothers bring back some resemblance of comedy, because I feel like we need comedy. Comedy should always be around. Everybody wants to laugh.
100%.
So yeah, shout out again to our producer. He's the GOAT. Before we go, guys, just anybody wants to subscribe, hit the like button, leave comments, let us know, and catch us in the next episode. Thanks, guys.